I welcome to you all to my YouTube channel, and today we will discuss about the World War II. If we look at the human development, we find that prehistoric man lived like animals in forest. They were all animals except in human form. They lived like animals. They fought like animals. After millions and millions of years of development, we still find that in today's society also, the animal instinct of militancy is still there, and they fight like animals for no concrete reasons. Today, we see many countries at wars. Wars cause destruction and nullify all development. World War One. If we look at modern world, we find that in the Western countries in Europe, there was a rivalry among countries as they were in a race to capture the smaller neighboring countries to expand their borders. The imperialistic leaders of countries, namely Britain, France, Italy, Soviet Union, and Germany, were expanding their borders by forcibly occupying the neighboring countries. In East, the King of Japan was also doing the same. Britain had made us slave from across the seven seas. Among the many other reasons, the main reason for World War I was the imperialistic agenda in Europe. Scramble for Africa. History tells us that Britain, France, Italy, Germany, and Soviet Union, all these countries were running after Africa for establishing their colonies. The First World War was fought between Britain, France, Italy, Germany, and their allies all over the world. Germany suffered a humiliating defeat in World War I. Germany suffered a humiliating defeat in World War I, and a heavy penalty and embarrassing sanctions were imposed on Germany in the Agreement of Versailles. The fine imposed on Germany was so big that Germany paid this up to 200 and 2010. Rise of Adolf Hitler. Hitler was born in German populated part of Austria. He was an ordinary youth with failures in life. In his youth, he was a soldier and fought for Germany in World War I. As an outcome of World War I, all the blame was put on Germany in Versailles Agreement. Apart from heavy fines, Germany also suffered huge territorial losses as a compensation to France and other countries. This insult hurt even a common German citizen, and they wanted to take a revenge. At this point, at this time, Hitler entered German politics, and with his emotional speeches assuring people for a revenge, Hitler grabbed the power and became a dictator ruler, chancellor, and started to act on his policy of expansionism. Sowing of the seed of World War II. Embarrassment of Germany in the agreement of World War I was the main reason behind World War II. Hitler defied all the agreement forcefully and forcefully entered Poland by falsely implicating Poland in war. Hitler also captured Czechoslovakia, Britain, and France. Hitler also captured Czechoslovakia, Britain, and France came to help Poland, and then war spread all over the world. Some facts about World War II. Number one, this was called total war or global war. Number two, Hitler was the only person who was responsible for this deadly war. He dragged the entire world in this war just to satisfy his greed of expansionism. Starting on 1st September 1939, it ended on 2nd September 1945 and was continued for 6 years. Number 4, in this war, the whole world was divided in two groups. Number 1, Allied power, France, Britain, America and Soviet Union. Number 2, Axis power, Germany, Italy and Japan. Number 5, at that time we were slave of Britain, so we fought for our rulers, the British. Number 6, Mahatma Gandhi felt that British will free India for helping them, but this did not happen. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was against Gandhiji's policy, so he ran away from British capture and reached to Germany where he met Hitler. Netaji for the first time announced the freedom of our country from Azad Hind Radio from Germany. But afterwards, Germany became weak in war, so Hitler asked Netaji to go to Japan in Hitler's submarine. Netaji came to Japan and founded Azad Hind Fauj and for the first time unfurled the tricolor in Andaman and Nicobar, which was at that time under Japan's control. Number 6, Hitler had captured Poland, Czechoslovakia, even France, and now opened a war front with Britain. But he was defeated by Britain. This gave him a big shock. Hitler attacks Soviet Union and commits a biggest mistake. Out of his disappointment by British, Hitler now attacked the Soviet Union, which was his biggest mistake, as Soviet army overpowered German army and entered in Berlin. And this was the downfall of Hitler. Soviet army was marching in Berlin. Hitler at that time was living in a bunker 40 feet underground. He was witnessing his disaster. So instead of being caught by Soviet army, Hitler shot himself dead by his pistol. His body was burned, and when Soviet army reached there, they found a dental implant which belonged to Hitler. The Holocaust. This was a big inhuman act of Hitler. Hitler disliked the Jews who were then living in Europe and Germany. Hitler was responsible for the mass killing of Jews under very inhuman conditions of concentration camps and gas chambers. This is recorded in the history of as the Holocaust. Albert Einstein and the discovery of atomic bomb. Hitler even harassed the famous scientist Einstein and seized his property. So he left Germany and went to America. Einstein knew about Hitler's secret plan to make atomic bomb, so Einstein wrote a letter to American president that if Hitler succeeded in making the atomic bomb, Germany will win the world war. So he gave the process and inspired American president to make atomic bomb. First use of atomic bomb on humans, ending the World War II. Even after Hitler's fall and death, World War was not over, as the king of Japan was involved in his expansionist plans attack on Pearl Harbor. Japan's army attacked on the American naval base Pearl Harbor. This forced America to fully join World War II. America warned Japan's king Hirohito to surrender, but on his refusal, America dropped two atomic bombs, first on Hiroshima and then on Nagasaki, causing widespread destruction and killing lakhs of innocent people, and forced Japan to surrender. With the surrender of Japan, the deadly World War II ended. Thus, no attempt was made to stop this war. The answer is no, at least by the countries which were involved in warfare, because they all were chasing their greed of expansionism. The rise of League of Nations. In spite of all this, there were some countries who were trying to stop this, and they formed a joint institution named the League of Nations. But the war-mongering superpowers ignored the voice of this peace effort. League served as a basis for formation of the United Nations organization later on. Madness of a few persons pushed the entire world into deadly war and killed crores of innocent people. Wars bring only destruction is a proven fact. Even then, we see many countries at war. God knows when men will learn a lesson. Thank you very much for watching and listening this video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you all. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.